first time making a whisper video, so please bear with me. I thought I'd start our little adventure by reading the epilogue of The Voyage of the Great Titanic. This is a diary of Margaret Ann Brady, who was my great-great-grandmother. No, not really, I'm just kidding. I'm probably getting sued for that now. I love how these books are made. I love how the pages are made to look so old. Anyway, I can get it here. Oh, there it is. Alright. The epilogue. Here we go. Margaret Ann Brady never once discussed her voyage on the Titanic in public, and also rarely mentioned the disaster in private throughout her life. She felt that the memories of those tragically lost were best served by a respectful silence. She also never completely forgave herself for surviving the tragedy. She did permit William to read her diary and then sent it on to Sister Catherine, who later returned it for safekeeping. Margaret completed her high school education in Boston and then accepted a scholarship to Wellesley College. Margaret and Sister Catherine never lost touch, and on 2 occasions, Sister Catherine was actually persuaded to come visit Margaret in the States. The only time Margaret ever returned to England was for her beloved mentor's funeral in 1962. Margaret also kept up a regular correspondence with Nora, who later emigrated to the United States. With her new husband, when she was 19, they had a joyous reunion, and Nora ended up settling in nearby Pawtucket, Rhode Island. After their parting in New York, Margaret and Mrs. Carstairs exchanged letters a couple of times, but never saw each other again. When the First World War broke out in 1914, William immediately volunteered to fight for his new country. He served valiantly until he was seriously wounded during a trench battle. Margaret dropped out of college in order to devote her time to nursing him back to health and working to support them. Although William ultimately recovered and got a job with the Boston Police Department, Margaret never returned to college. She did, however, continue reading voraciously. In 1923, Margaret met a young history teacher named Stanley Ryan at a bookstore in Cambridge. And just for anyone who doesn't know the story, William is not Margaret's husband. William is actually her brother, just so you know where he stands with Stanley. They were married the following June and spent the next 44 years laughing and arguing together. They had 3 children, Dorothy, Harriet, and Robert. And again, for anyone who doesn't know the story, Robert was an Irish steward on the Titanic, who Margaret became very fond of and very close to. Unfortunately, he did pass away. He was killed during the tragedy. Let's see here. Where was I? Margaret devoted many long hours to volunteer work helping disadvantaged youngsters in the Boston area, and she later ended up heading a halfway house for unwed mothers until her retirement in 1965. During her life, Margaret occasionally boarded planes and regularly took trains, but she refused to set foot on another boat ever again. Despite her many decades in America, she never lost her British accent. But to her surprise, she became extremely fond of coffee. That's funny. Sorry, that noise is my dog trying to get out from under my bed. Fat ass. She died peacefully in her sleep in 1994 at the age of 95. Nothing like throwing a fat ass there in the middle of a Titanic story.